So I always forget about that, and I guess that's a privilege of mine. But if you are somebody who lives in South Carolina, I'm sorry. Also, there aren't a lot of gay people in South Carolina, and I was driving from where my grandma lived to the airport, and we passed through like Myrtle Beach, and I was like, oh my god, a gay bar, and it was like the only gay thing I saw, like, the whole trip. When do you think it's acceptable to like ghost a doctor? Because I see a lot of doctors, and you know, I like communication, but I also feel very intimidated when it comes to specific types of doctors. Like with my therapist, I feel like I could be very open and communicate, and like also with my other doctors, but there's this one doctor that I have. She just exudes like this top energy, and but like in a bad way. And I always forget that this doctor is like not a therapist and doesn't want to hear about my issues, but like my issues connect to why we're talking. And I'm just like, do you have like any sort of compassion, or like is it just like a check off your list type of thing? It's so weird. And so I kind of just like canceled our last appointment and like don't really want to see her again. Ghosting a doctor, how do you do it? Anybody have any instructions or steps or tutorial with pictures? A PowerPoint would be preferable. I'm getting a tattoo. I don't know if by the time I post this I'll have it or not, but I'm going to speak in the future tense because it has not currently happened. But I'm getting a tattoo, and I'm getting it on Sunday, the 22nd, and I'm very, very excited for it and very nervous because I am prone to pass out. That's just how it happens. And they're like, oh, drink a lot of water, but I'm a camel and don't drink a lot of water and don't want to. Like, if someone tells me to drink water, I'll be like, no, like, just because you asked me, I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, but the pattern's going to be on my forearm, I'm hoping, like, right there. And it's going to be a like blue design. I really love blue and white porcelain china, and like the specific patterns that they have, and I like the really delicate patterns, and I collect them, and I really just love them so much. And so I'm getting that, and then I'm getting, I don't know if that's a stick and poke or like a machine. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see. I'm very confused as to why people are so against wearing masks in general. Like, I wear masks